Everybody. We're again in our training tonight, and this is the iBO University. And as what Edward has said, we've been on our third week of training, especially for those who had been with us from the beginning, because this is what we're trying to, share to a lot of you, especially in the building of your community in iBO. And let me just again refresh your mind for those especially who have with us from the beginning. What are the 6 pieces of community building cycle? The steps, the methodical steps of, systematically building your community. All right. This first step is plugging into the system. All right. Do you see my screen? So hopefully that you're able to
Yes,
see my
please.
screen. All
Yes.
right. Very well. Thank you very much. All right. Plugging into the system is the number one step. So just to refresh your mind, number two, uh, wait, right. These the 6 steps. By the way, plugging into the system, planning, prospecting, number four, promoting, number five, presenting, and number six is paying up. So how does this work? Okay, um, whether this is the process of properly building your network, meaning from if you invite somebody from being a prospect, what is the process to convert him into a member of To Know It? So this is the process. We have plugging into the system, meaning once you are able to uh, invite them to join the business, the first thing that you will do as an upline, as a member of iBO, is to plug that person into the system. All right. So we see here uh, 2 persons involved. Number one is the member, all right, the upline, and secondly, you have the new iBO, right? The upline and the new iBO. So plugging into the system as an upline, what you will do is to plug plug that person into the system. All right. Then we will discuss what system that we're talking about. Then number two, after that, the uh, the upline will help the new iBO to plan. So that's this step two, planning. How to plan his business or her business into know it business. And number three step is to guide that iBO by their upline or by the sponsor how to prospecting, right? So especially for those of you who are in the business, especially in network marketing business, for sure you know what prospecting is all about. This is one of the most important activity in your network building, in your community building. All right, prospecting, and there's a process, correct process how to execute that. And you will also help again your new IBO in promoting, meaning inviting people to a presentation to number five, presenting. All right. So meaning from promoting, meaning your IBO will be promoting the business. So there are now 3 people involved here. Your upline, the new personally sponsored IBO, the new member, and now you have now the client because the client is now being invited or being promoted to attend the presentation or presenting the number five step, right? So as you can see in plugging into the system, in planning, prospecting, we have only two parties involved, the sponsor and the IBO. But when it comes to promoting, presenting, and paying up, we're talking now 3 people here involved in the process. You're talking about the sponsor, the IBO, and the client. All right, so what happens is that when you invite the um, the client to attend the presentation in step five, right? So and that person was convinced and was decided that to know it is business for him, then he will pay up. So he will be paying up, right? So that's number six, meaning closing the deal. So what happens is that when that person who has just paid up, all right, so what you will do is to engage him in this first step, which is plug into the system, meaning the newly paid member who enrolled into the business of To Know It business and subscribe to one of the products of To Know It, then that person will be plugged into the system and will go again to that step: planning, prospecting, promoting, presenting, and paying up. All right, so it's a cycle. So the idea is really to invite and to engage the new member to go through these stages of how to properly um, build his community, his network by this process. All right. The problem with and the challenge of network marketing in the industry is that most likely all of this is being done. All right, plugging to the system, planning, prospecting, promoting, presenting, and paying up. But the thing is this: it's not methodical, it is not organized. So when you're doing the business not in a systematic way, the problem is that you cannot follow through, you cannot monitor where in the process your downline is now in the network building cycle. All right. But what we have here, and this is only in To Know It business, we have a structured process how to properly guide our new members to build and develop his business with To Know It. So that's one of the unique advantage of To Know It. We have a structured training program how to guide and how to lay down the roadmap for him to be able to properly and consistently build his organization. And that's what we're proud in this company, because we have a structured program how to help our IBOs in the process. So that's how this cycle works. And in each of the process that you're seeing right now, each of the steps that you're seeing right now, all right, there's a required skills how to do it. Like for example, in plugging into the system, we will discuss that later. There's a required skills how to do it, and there are tools and there are part of the business that is really needed for somebody to be plugged in. And of course, when we talk about planning, there are processes how to execute it properly, which the new IBO is will be assisted how to plan properly. Prospecting as well, promoting, presenting, and paying up. All these steps require a certain degree of skills to be able to execute properly. Okay, let me proceed with my presentation with you. All right, so now we're talking about plugging into the system. Okay, so how can we do that? Actually, part of the plugging into the system were discussed last week, last Friday. And I will not be discussing in full details this part because I was able to discuss it ahead of time um, last week, but now I'll be discussing important features of plugging into the system. Okay, so these are the steps to be taken when you are in the first steps of the network building cycle or the community building cycle. Number one is teach your new IBO how to navigate the back office or dashboard. All right. So who among you are able to do this on the first onset of your new member that's just joined To Know It? Okay. So when you go to your dashboard, you will see a video explaining exactly how to navigate your back office or dashboard. And I will play it here for you to be able to be reminded of this. And So you would know that there's a video intended for teaching our new IBO how to navigate our back office. Okay, so I will share again my screen because I'll stop this and share the screen of the video for how to teach your IBO to navigate the back office. Let me share again my screen. So here's the video how to guide your new IBOs in our dashboard.
Sorry, would you want me to show it from my end to make it easy for you to continue your presentation? Oh, okay. I see you're already playing it.
Hello, Edward.
There are no audio from your end on the video being played.
Oh, how is that? Can you play it? Can you play this on your end?
Okay. All right. Let me
Yeah.
do
All
just
right.
that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. As a matter of fact, this is sorry. Okay. Now, when you log into your back office, your dashboard, you see this page. Okay. So you see this your dashboard. All right, your dashboard. This is the video. Sorry, let me do that. There are a couple of videos here. Okay, so this is the video you need to play or direct your new member to. Okay, here, this video. This is the video. All right, the video I just circled. I'm sure you can see this on your screen. Someone, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, so the particular video, the link I just circled, that is what you should go through. Or also recommend that your new member, okay, click on this so that you get to see this video on how to navigate the dashboard. Thank you. Back to you, Sam.
All right. Thank you very much, Edward. So let me continue the one I'm discussing a while ago. All right. So it's been, discussed that how to navigate our back office. Okay, how important is that? Okay, how important that the new IBO is being walked through and being, guided on his back office. Okay, the beauty of that is that that's the first step in plugging into the system that IBO, that new member. Okay, so on his end, of course, he would be able to appreciate that the decision he made to pay the membership or the registration fee, and at the same time to subscribe to any of the products that we have. Now he is now appreciating the decision that he has made. Okay, because there are some company, if not many, is that their uplines does not teach the new IBO or the new member how to navigate the dashboard. Because if you don't do that, the member will not feel that he is already part of the system. So it plays a very important role in the psychology of the new member for him to be able to log in, all right, and be able to navigate his dashboard and familiarize himself how to use the functions in our dashboard. And anytime soon, we'll be coming out with our new feature of dashboard. Then look and feel it will be um, much different and more functional and easier to navigate our dashboard. Same also with our website. It will come anytime soon. So we're excited about it because you will see a different, look and feel of the website as well as the um, your dashboard. So the idea is that engage or plug into the system your IBO, your new members. And this is really, really important. Don't ever forget this thing because that's the first step of plugging into the system your new IBO. All right. It is as if you have a new acquired appliance or appliances in your home. All right. You cannot use your appliance, let's say an electric fan or air condition or a refrigerator, if you're not going to plug in that appliance or appliances to a source of electricity or power, right? So it would be useless for an appliances to be bought and at the same time will not be plugged in into the source of power where it will start to function in the same manner. That is as important as a new member being plugged into the system. All right, so that's the first step. The second step is you have to discuss the content of IBO Quick Start Guide. I don't know if you have this already, but we have already shared this in our previous training. And I suggest if you don't have this yet, please ask your upline because this is your guide. Okay, and the content that is very important to be discussed and to be learned and to be able to know how to implement. And number one is Project 4 roadmap. All right, so what is the Project 4 roadmap? We will discuss that again as a preview or as a refresher course on the previous week that we have discussed this in full details, but I will not discuss this in full details. I will discuss the features of this very important 4 contents of the IBO Quick Start Guide. So as the name of the this brochure, IBO Quick Start Guide, so it means it's giving the IBO, the new IBO, the roadmap, okay, the guide, how to execute, how to implement, how to do to know it business. Actually, it will take all over to the next 5 to 6 months of his engagement in to know it business. So it is really a guide or a roadmap. Okay, so in that quick start guide, you will see the Project 4 roadmap. And number 2, priority 150. So 100, what is priority 150? This is the prospect list, the active prospect list of 100 people that you personally know. All right. And number 3, the content of that IBO Quick Start Guide that you really need to master and understand is the core daily activities. Okay, this is where the saying of a famous leader that he says that uh, your daily agenda, your success is defined by your daily agenda. That's where the core daily activities comes in. And lastly is the home meetings. All right, home meetings is one of the most important tool how to grow your business. All right, and of course, after that, part of the plugging into the system is enroll your new member into the iBO University and complete all the tasks on the Millionaires Checklist number 1, checklist number 2, and number 3. These steps are ongoing process that an IBO must engage. So these are the process that you need to, go through, and this is really a process. It's a long process actually. It is a series of steps that needs to be done on plugging into the system. But what you will realize, these are all doable and simple tasks, and everybody can do this. All right, so let me continue. All right. In under the number 1 is the project roadmap. So what is the project roadmap? Okay, so this is it. There are 3 goals in the project roadmap. So meaning on the onset, upon registration and membership, the sponsor will need to discuss the 3 goals that he needs to accomplish in a certain period of time. And this is really, really important because it gives the new IBO a mindset, a roadmap where he is going to and what are the objectives and goals that he needs to accomplish. Number 1, of course, is become a Pioneer Plus in 30 days. All right. So this is it, no? How it goes. So meaning, as an IBO, newly IBO or new IBO, new member, he needs to become a Pioneer Plus, the black circle. And for him to be able to do that, he needs to have 2 personally sponsored IBO. In this illustration, it's Peter and John. And Peter and John subscribe to any of our products. In this illustration, subscribe to Moonacade, and John subscribe to Tradeacade. And if that happens, then you become a Pioneer Plus. So that's the goal number 1. Okay, because this is your roadmap to becoming a $100,000 club. That's the reason why this is really important. So in terms of goals in IBO, in the Tonowit business, this is the important one, the number 1 goal to be achieved. So there's nothing more, there's nothing less, because goals 1 to 3 is designed to guide our new members how to maximize the compensation plan and be able to earn substantial income for the next 5 to 6 months. All right. And if that happens, and when that happens, then it validates his or her decision to join to know it business. And that's the reason why we have this training, because we want to guide them every step of the way how to accomplish it. Because what we don't want to happen is that when we invite somebody, all right, and if he interested or she interested in pursuing building his organization, this is the proper way to do it. Okay, goal number 1, become a Pioneer Plus in 30 days. So this is time bound. It needs to be done within the first 30 days, and all you have to do of that new IBO is to just sponsor 2 people under his organization, and if he does it in 30 days, then he will become a Pioneer Plus and he will be speed bonus qualified. As speed bonus qualified, he earns, he maximizes the team sales bonus on his end, regardless of his rank in the compensation plan of Tonowit. So that's the goal number 1. Okay, goal number 2, so is to become a rising star. All right, so becoming a rising star, what he needs to do is to help Peter and John, okay, to sponsor 2 people each, meaning to duplicate what you have done. Because you have Peter and John, then Peter and John would have each of them two personally sponsored IBOs as illustrated in this presentation. So that's how you do it. Then you become rising star. Okay, then what's the next step? Then plus you need to sponsor another two. Okay, let's go back. You become a rising star, meaning you help Peter and John to become Pioneer Plus by themselves by helping them to sponsor two IBOs, each of them, Peter and John. So when that happens, you become rising star. And the next thing that you have to do is add another two. And this illustration, you will see Anthony and Jill being spilled over on his left and right sales team. So when that happens, then you fulfill goal number two. All right. And that's really powerful because now, while doing this, you don't realize that you're now duplicating your organization. All right. You're showing your downline how to duplicate your organization. Okay. And goal number three is become team driver bonus qualified and become leaders team driver bonus qualified. Okay, because when you do that, because now you have four, then this happens automatically. And when this happens automatically, you qualify for this level one, level two, level three. What you didn't realize is that you're now a prospect, meaning you're now joining the project four uh, roadmap, which is will lead you to 100,000 expressway in 5 months time. So that's how powerful goal number one, two, and three in our business, into know it business, because it will lead you, it's showing you the roadmap, all right, the pathway to become $100,000 club member, project four. So it's really powerful. So what I want to discuss here is you need not to forget these guidelines because this is really important. And can you imagine if you're able to properly guide your IBOs, one on the left and one on the right, all right? Let's say just focus on the four of them and all of them, you're able to successfully help them realize the project four. And that would be massive growth of your organization. In no time, you will have an accumulated income of over $100,000. Isn't it really powerful? Correct, it is because we know how to maximize to be on top of the compensation plan, and this is how you do it. And I'm telling you, there's no other way for us, an IBO, to be able to accomplish it without doing the project four. And the crucial part of this is going through the training constantly and regularly on a weekly basis, attend the IBO University and execute what you learn, especially this project four. And this is the only way to accomplish it. Nothing more, nothing less. So have you thought for a while that let's say for those who have achieved this level of success, earning over $100,000 in 6 months, do you think they were able to do that without going through the training, going through, you know, continuously empowering themselves to learn more how to do the business properly? And there's no other entity can do that except to know it, because we own the business model, we created the compensation plan, and that's why we know exactly what is the proper way of building your network or building your community. There's no other. This is the only way. And if I were you, my beloved IBOs, all I need to do is follow the system. All right? And leaders as well should follow the system that's being taught in the university. Okay, because this is the way how to duplicate your organization consistently, constantly, and uh, and sustainably. All right. So don't forget goal number 1, 2, and 3, to teach your downline and guide them every step of the way. All right. So that's this illustration. If that happens in 5 months' time to 6 months' time, then you will earn over $100,000. And that's huge, actually. $100,000 is huge. You cannot just get it from nowhere. All right. But here in Tonowit, we're guiding you every step of the way. We're helping you every step of the way. Your upline will help you every step of the way. And there's a guide how to accomplish this. There's a roadmap. There's a blueprint. There's a template how to accomplish this type of income. We have a system how to do it. All you have to do is just do it. All right, just do it. Okay, the second part of the quick start guide is to know your core daily activities. As what John C. Maxwell said, your success is determined by your daily agenda. So meaning you have to have a daily activity. So again, ask yourself, do you have your daily activity being done constantly and consistently? Because nothing will happen if you don't do it at all. Neither uh, nothing will happen, nothing you will accomplish if you don't have a set of activities on a daily basis. So let me refresh you again. Okay, these are the steps. All right, we have discussed prior to the 3 steps. We've discussed the beauty and the power of daily mindset preparation, right? And one of the most important part of that is doing your 2-minute gratitude exercise. Okay, so we've discussed what is gratitude. All right, and this is very important. Do you want to have a winning mindset on first day of the day? Meaning, when you wake up in the morning, the most important part is to have a winning mindset in your business. And doing your 2-minute gratitude exercise will empower you to be able to do that. Will empower you to the business. Okay, and this is really, really very, very important. I'm telling you guys, the power of gratitude. So first thing in the morning when you wake up, this is what you have to do. That it conditions you, conditions your mind, conditions your mental faculty to be ready first day in the morning. And having a winning mindset is really important because on the first day in the morning, you are now programmed to win the game, to win the game of life, the game of business on that day. Okay, so the morning gratitude affirmation, this is a sample, all right? Just a sample, but you can uh, develop your own. And in this example, you will say, thank you for this new day. You thank the day for having a new day, all right? I'm filled with happiness and gratitude. I'm grateful for another chance to live my life. I'm grateful for who I am and for what I have. I invite gratitude into my heart. Today I will have an attitude of gratitude. Thank you for the blessings this day will bring. So the idea is, to be grateful of the good things that we experience on a daily basis, and you will start that in the morning. On the first day of the morning, then you will do this. Okay. So more than that, it has a benefits. Uh, it has a science behind it, and this is already proven, and I will not discuss it anymore, but you can research the power of gratitude. This is these are the manifestations and the benefits of exercising it. It improves your physical health, improves sleep, improves psychological health, increases empathy, reduces aggression, more social connection, enhances self-esteem, improves mental strength. So it's really beautiful to exercise your 2-minute gratitude first thing in the morning before you do your core daily activities. And these are the core daily activities that you need to do every day. The idea is this. You may forget other things in your business, but never forget these three powerful daily tasks. Okay, what is number one? Use your to know it products and share it to at least three persons. That's the number one. So meaning you have to uh, maximize your products. All right, attend trainings, attend your video conference with the product that you subscribe to. Like for example, if you subscribe to Moonacade or Tradeacade, all right, then maximize it, attend it, learn from it. And as it says here, be the product of your product. And most importantly, make sure to create your own product story. All right, that's the most important thing in your task number one. Use your to know it product and share it to at least three persons. Okay. Number two, share your to know it business opportunity to at least three persons. Again, to three persons, because approaching three persons is easy. All right. The first thing is you share your product. Now you share your business opportunity, and you can do this, easily because of social media. All right. You don't need to go out of your house to do this. All you have to do is, use your Facebook, use your Instagram, use your Twitter to share your products, to share your business opportunity. All right. And take note, make sure to create your own business story. So that's the second one. And the third one is add at least three new persons in your prospect list. So your prospect list is an active prospect list. It should not be a dead prospect list. It should be an active. You need to add into it three prospects every day. All right. So these three daily tasks, the core, means this is the central piece of your daily activity. You may forget other things in the business, but never forget these three. Share your product to at least three persons through social media. Share your to know it business opportunity to at least three persons in social media as well. And number three, add at least three new persons in your prospect list. These are the three core daily activities that is crucial to your business. So if you stop doing this, I'm telling you, your business will stop. And nobody can be blamed for this except you guys, except yourself. Because that is network marketing is all about. And that is why you are being called iBO, independent business owner. This is your own business. So if your upline is, generously enough to help you, assist you every step of the way, then that's a bonus already. All right. But the most important thing is you yourself. At the end of the day in this business, you're fighting within yourself whether you'll do this or not. So that's what I want to emphasize in this training. It is your responsibility to make sure that your business will grow. And there are methodologies how to do it. And you can find it here in the university, and that's why we're telling it to you right now. These are the three core daily activities that needs to be done. And if you don't do it, then nothing will happen to your business. And as you can see, if you review again, okay, going back, number one, use your products and share it to at least three person. Then share your business opportunity to at least three person. And number three is add three person in your prospect list. Actually, all these things are simple tasks that needs to be done consistently on a daily basis. So meaning you don't need to be a rocket scientist to do this. These are simple tasks that being required to us on a daily basis to make sure that your business is active and alive. All right. And in this, as you can see in the screen, there are three factors very important to make this successful. Number one, do it yourself. Teach others to do it. And create a culture that everyone does it in your network. And if you will just, analyze this, how powerful this task if everybody in your organization is doing this simple task on a daily basis. All right. So let's say, just for the sake of illustration, let's say you have 10 people under you, all right, in your organization. And all those 10 people are doing the same, doing these three tasks every day. So if you can see, like for example, in just task number 2, share your business opportunity to at least 3 persons, it means that those 10 peoples under you, your business partners, doing this task daily, let's say in one day, they expose the business opportunity to at least 3 persons. It means that your organization has 30 business exposure on that day. All right, because you have 10 people under you and each of them is, promoting the business in social media for at least 3 persons. So meaning your business has an exposure of to 30 people on that day. And can you imagine that if that happens consistently for the next 30 days in a month time? So meaning you have 900 business exposures to 900 people. Do you think your business will grow if everybody is just doing this? Of course. Remember, there's a law. What is that law? What you sow is what you reap. Right? The law of sowing and reaping. So if you sow something, then expect something to reap. But if not, if you sow nothing, then don't expect that you will reap something. So it's the law of the universe that's been there uh, for for immortal time. I mean, for the time, for the end time, actually. So if we do this, for sure we will harvest, we will reap the rewards of our sowing and reaping activity. So that's how powerful core daily activity is. So let me proceed to the next part. This is the priority 150. Actually, this is our prospect list tool. All right. Here, as it stated, it's priority 150. You will jot down, okay, you will write down the names and contact numbers of 150 people that you know of. All right. So this is where prospecting comes in. And this is really, really important because prospecting is the lifeblood of your business. So can you imagine if you don't have a prospect list? So who among you has a prospect list right now? If you don't have, then I'm very sure that your community, that your network has a problem of growing. It will not grow, actually. That's sad to say. So if you're not doing this, you're not doing your core daily activities, then sad to say, nothing will happen to your business. And you cannot blame anybody for it because now we're giving you and we're spoon feeding you the task to be done for you to be able to achieve results, actually massive result for the next 5 to 6 months. So I strongly advise for you, even leaders, to have your own prospect list, the priority 150, and the guidelines is here, all right? And in doing so, you're keeping your business alive. Because if you don't have it, I'm telling you, you're not in the business at all. Sad to say, but that's the reality. That's the reality of this business. If you don't have a prospects and you don't have even a list of prospect, then how will your business grow? Whom are you going to present and to expose the business? All right, so that's how important this priority 150. This is a prospect list, 150 prospects, and actively adding it into it every day, 3 prospects a day. All right, so as you can see, this is the format all the way to 150 list, right? All right. Okay, lastly, this is the fourth part of the quick start guide, how to properly conduct to know with home meetings. All right. So even though we're now in the advent of technology, high tech, internet and technology, right? But there's also the face-to-face approach still applies today. And I don't know, but for some countries, people are now are allowed to, conduct group meetings. But even though this is one of the most um, powerful and simple way of developing and building your organization. And we have a manual, and this is our manual how to conduct home meetings properly. And this is the key to this, my beloved IBOs. The key to home meetings is this: the member, all right, especially the new IBO, he is the host of the home meeting. And who is the presenter? The presenter is his upline. All right? So remember this. The host is the new member and the presenter is the upline. It is not the new member or the new IBO. It is the upline that will present the business to the new members' prospects. That's the idea of home meetings. So meaning if I am a new member, I will host my home meeting, my first home meeting, and this is where I will launch my To Know It business. So that's how you do it. That's how you teach your downlines how to launch his To Know It business. He needs to launch it at home. So we have a note here at the um, lower part of the screen. When meetings are applicable and allowed by circumstances, observe social distancing, wear masks when mandated by local laws. So you have to be smart in doing your home meetings. And with that in mind, this is our manual for home meetings. So going back, the new member is the host, and the presenter is the is your upline. Okay, what are the advantage of home meetings? Home meetings fun, easy and duplicatable, is cost effective because you don't need to go out of the house or go to a restaurant or go to a hotel or even go to an office, all right? Because it will require you to spend money, right? But doing it at home, it's really, very manageable and cost effective. Okay, and the beauty of that is your guest is, they feel more comfortable and you have more control on your environment and atmosphere. Okay, okay, before home meeting happens, these are the guidelines that we need to follow, all right? Home meeting. Discuss first this home meeting to your upline, of course, because he will be the presenter of the home meetings for the first month of IBOs, new IBOs plugging into the system. Then for 4 weeks, the upline will be the one to present the business in his home meeting. And uh, you are encouraged, the new members encouraged to invite 5 to 10 people. All right. Then prepare the necessary uh, things in conducting your home meeting. Like, for example, you need to dress up business-like. Okay, when your upline presenter arrives, make him feel comfortable, offer a drink, and ask him or her to rest for a few minutes before to start the presentation. But you have a contingency. Be prepared to take over the presentation if your upline presenter does not arrive for the home meeting. Okay, so you need to be prepared. Okay, during the home meeting setup, these are the guidelines. Okay, So this is how you will arrange your home. And as stated here, you do not have to rearrange your house, but make it presentable and clean. The best place in the house is where there are fewer distractions. So you'll find at your home, where do you want to conduct your home meeting, all right? So find a place there's a fewer distractions. Number one, have extra chairs, but do not set it out. Wait for the guests to arrive. If seats are not enough, that's the only time to set up additional chairs. If possible guests should not sit facing each other. Make sure the guests are not facing the lighting inside the house to avoid visual discomfort. So you have to have some sense of, be sensitive to the environment, and these are the things that you need to follow. So first things first, you don't need to set out the chairs immediately. Meaning, if you're expecting, let's say, 10 people, don't set out 10 chairs immediately. Just let's say, set out first 5 chairs, 3 chairs, okay? Then as the guests are arriving, then just that's the time that you need to put the chairs. And so the idea is not to have empty chairs when the new guests are coming in, all right? So that's the idea. And number 4, depending if you use visual gadgets, like for example, if you're using a projector, so you need to make sure that the projector is ready. If you're using a video, all right, you will play a video, then make sure that the sound system is okay, everything is okay. Lock out pets. If you have pets outside inside your home, then lock those pets and leave the children to someone else. Let's say maybe somebody could take care of your kids, all right? Then make sure to lower the ring volume of the home phone. You don't want to have any distraction while doing the presentation. And a lot of things, right? That if you just need to have your iBO Quick Start Guide, the guidelines in how to conduct your home meeting is there. Okay, so how to, during your home meeting, this is the guidelines. Start the meeting on time, okay? So respect your guest. By starting the meeting on time, you respect your guest, okay? Then the owner of the house is the opener and the closer of the meeting. So the host is the opening statement, and he is also the one who will close the meeting. But the closing the deal or closing the business, it would be up to the host, all right? And the sponsor is just, guiding him or her in closing the deal or closing the sale. And this needs some degree of preparation, okay? During the presentation, no questions will be entertained. Questions will be addressed after the presentation. To avoid distraction, do not serve food and refreshment during the presentation. You want your guests to concentrate on what the presenter is saying. So it's there. Of course, after the home meeting presentation, there's also guidelines. It's you can find it here. Everything is here. I will not be discussing it in full details. Then things to remember in home meetings. When your upline arrives, make him feel comfortable. Help them carry an item and offer them company products. Introduce and edify them in front of your guests so you will have their full attention. Never answer phone while the meeting is ongoing. Be a good teammate. All right. Be a good host. Be super excited about the people that did come rather than talk about those that did not make it. Especially do not openly talk to the upline how you tried to get more people and express your disappointment. It makes the guests that did come feel like losers. So that's the tip, guys. So don't talk about the people who didn't come in or didn't arrive the presentation. Talk about the people who did come, and express your thanks and gratitude for those people who come to your home meeting, especially if this is your first home meeting. All right, it will be your grand opening, your launching of the business. So that's all for now um, about the what we have discussed, the content, the four contents of our iBO quick start guide. So I have some review questions here. I would like everybody to participate if it allows you. Okay, so please help me here, Edward, so everybody can participate. All right. What are the four important content of the iBO Quick Start Guide that an iBO needs to learn and implement to jumpstart his to know it business? So anybody who would like to participate? Uh,
Yeah,
Presja
a hand is
Uzuwamaka.
up. Praise Jah, yes.
All right. Please open your audio.
Number one is projects for roadmap. Number two,
All right.
priority 150. Number three, core daily activities. Number four, home meetings.
All right. Correct. Thank you very much. You've got it. Exactly. Okay. Next question, please. Yeah. In the iBO university system, what are the three levels of training that needs to be completed? What are the three levels of training? So what you're attending right now is level one. And level one training is called what?
A hand is up. A gurube, you can unmute yourself. A gurube. Okay. I think. Okay. Praise Jah again. Praise Jah.
Yeah.
Enrolling in IBO, in the IBO University, there are three levels of training that we need to complete. One of them is becoming an IBO, becoming a Pioneer Plus in 30 days. And number two is becoming a Rising Star. And number three is also becoming a Team Driver Bonus Qualifier, 3 levels deep. Then lastly, you have to join the Project 4. That is 100 Club, Project 100,000 Club.
All right. That's the three goals. All right. In the compensation plan of to know it, that's the three goals. Okay. So I appreciate that. But what are the three levels of training? Because the university that you're attending right now, we have three levels, and you need to complete all of those part of the training. And when you completed those three levels, you will graduate, right? So meaning you will have your and you will be awarded for doing so. So again, let me repeat: what are the three levels of training that is part of the iBO university system?
We got two hands up. Praise
Yeah.
Jah and Bosco. Let me unmute Bosco. Bosco,
Okay.
go ahead. Let's hear from you.
Hi, good evening, sir, and good evening, everyone. So
Yeah. Good
thanks for the
evening.
beautiful presentation. I suppose is the IBO 1, 2, and 3.
Hello. Can you repeat it again, please? You're getting
So
cut off.
I suppose the levels are you need to attend the IBO 1, IBO 2, then the IBO 3. You should be able to pass through this 3 level, of training before we can be awarded, or before we can say that the person have actually completed the program.
Yeah, it's correct. Yeah. Thank you very much. But what do you call level one? What do you call level two? And what do you call level three trainings?
Okay, for level 1, it has to do with, it has, like you told us, it has 6 categories. One is plugging in. Second is, hope I still remember the steps, but even if I can, let me say what I can remember.
All
First
right.
is plugging in. Second is prospecting. Okay, there should be plugging in, prospecting, presentation, and making the money.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. The one that you're referring to, that's the community building cycle, the 6 Ps.
Yes.
And I appreciate that. But my question is, there are 3 levels of trainings in the university system, and everybody as an IBO needs to complete that. And let me help you, everybody, to identify it. Okay, so it's here. Number one, it's beginner. The level one is beginner course. All right, and there are several modules under level one. Level two is intermediate course or intermediate training. And number three is leader course or leadership training. So these are the 3 levels of um, university, IBO university system. So each of these have different modules into it, and it will equip us to complete the skills, mindset, tool sets, and other factors needed for you to be able to successfully build your network. Okay, next question. What are the incentives to be awarded to IBO university graduates? So what are the incentives? If you can recall what we have discussed, actually this was discussed not today, but of course in the past training that we have. Can you still remember? What are the incentives to be awarded to IBO university graduates? Okay, let me help you with this. Refresh your mind. Okay, oh,
The hand is
somebody.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
look
please
at
go
your
ahead.
list.
Hello.
Yes, please go
Uh,
ahead.
yes. You'll be given a certificate after successful completion by passing the exams. Two, you'll be given a 1 month free subscription to any product you want, and free you may be given the opportunity to teach other people as a lecturer. So
All
those are the
right,
ones I remember.
correct. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And on top of that, okay, the basic tree is this. You'll also be given a lapel pin, all right, as a symbol or identity that you are now graduate of the IBO university. And you're correct as well that you'll be given an opportunity to be one of the trainers of the university. Thank you very much. Anybody else who raised their hand? Igorube? Yeah, please. You may answer now.
And no, the third, sorry, my name is Igurube. The
Yes.
third one is you'll be given a 1 month subscription.
Yeah, please continue. You're being cut off. Yeah, 1 month free subscription of any to know it products of your choice. That's right. What else? All right. Anyways, that's the answer to the questions, and we will proceed with the next module. This is the last module that we're going to discuss, and this is easy. Uh, okay, this is the last part. Um, this is the Zoom etiquette, all right? And I think most of us here have no challenge in how to conduct ourselves in Zoom, right? But since Zoom is now a global tool to reach out to a lot of people to conduct trainings like what we're doing right now, seminars, video conferencing, and other stuff, right? So we'll, give some tips on how to conduct ourselves in Zoom meetings. Okay, number one, take control of your own noise. So if you have, some um, noise within your environment, so you need to be mindful of that because we know that there are other people on Zoom that's listening to us. So audio is one of the most important factors you should consider when participating in virtual meeting. Many people assume that they can just open up their laptop and start a meeting. However, if you want to follow the unwritten ground rules for virtual meetings, you need to consider what other people can and cannot hear. So here are some items and habits that you can use to take control of your own noise. All right. One, headphones and microphone. Relying on your computer, tablet, or cell phone's built-in sound system can be risky. More often than not, uh, you'll find that people can hear you very well. This is primarily because people have a habit of turning their heads or moving a little while they speak. If you do this, your stationary microphone may not pick up everything you say. So be mindful of your headphones, right? Then letter B, speak clearly but don't yell. So modulate your voice. You do not need to shout or yell while speaking. And this is really very important because it's also a distraction. Okay. And number three, sit in a quiet area. So that's a very crucial part because we don't want to be in a place where, a lot of noise in our background that might be heard during the presentation. And one rule of that is to make sure that your audio is on mute while the presentation is ongoing. Okay. Number two, look and dress the part. Okay. This is very subjective, but if we can, because of, one of the problems in Zoom is, the connection, right? If you have a poor connection and we don't have control over it, so you may not want uh, to appear right in your video. So most of us are, the video is off because of connection. But if the situation allows us, it's really, more intimate and more personal that we're seen during the virtual meeting. and when that happens, you need to look and dress that part. All right. Attire, meaning that the way you look, the way you dress yourself, so you need to be presentable. In most cases, it's expected that you can dress a little more casually in online meetings than you would in a face-to-face meeting. That said, it's always better to overdress than underdress. For most Zoom meetings, you should aim to wear business casual attire. This will strike a good balance between comfort and professionalism. All right, more than that, of course, it gives an impression that we're professionals in doing our business. All right, it's also give a good impression to our guests if we dress well during our Zoom meetings, especially on this training at this point in time. And number two is eye contact. Very important. You will also need to take note of how you interact with the camera in order to make eye contact. This is, of course, if your a camera is open. All right. So if your camera is open, then make sure that you have an eye contact. Okay, tidiness, of course, your background. If you don't use your virtual background, make sure that your surroundings is in order. Okay, make sure that you look tidy in your appearance. You can put on your best business suit and still look messy. So make sure that your hair is tidy and your general appearance matches the tone and nature of the meeting. All right. So this is the important part is your posture on the video. Number three, make privacy a priority. All right. Privacy concerns should always be toward the top of your priority list. So here are a few steps to take to ensure your own privacy and the privacy of your meeting attendees. Set up a private meeting. So actually what we have is a private meeting, right? It is intended for iBOs only. Okay. Control what we can share, especially on the meeting. No need for the screen to share feature, but we are sharing slides during our presentations. Is very important that we need to make sure that everybody sees our visuals. Protect your own privacy. Lastly, you need to consider your own privacy as well. While you have the option of using a Zoom virtual background feature, you should still tidy up your video area in case something goes wrong. The last thing you want is for your camera to show everyone the pile of dirty laundry or the unmade bed behind you. All right, so it's funny, but anyway, as you just need to be ready, right? And give everyone opportunity to speak. If you have a meeting in which one person gives a presentation to a group, you may not need to worry about this rule as much. However, if your virtual meeting is more of a conversation between colleagues, you need to ensure that everyone gets the chance to ask and answer questions. 49% of participants admitted that they do other unrelated work or daydream during meetings. So this is, other parts of the, I think this is one of the drawback of home meeting or the virtual meetings like Zoom. Other are into other universe. I mean that they are not into the training, right? It is the responsibility of the meeting host to make sure that nobody monopolizes the meeting or takes valuable time away from others. So we're giving opportunities to our iBOs to participate, especially during our review questions, so that many can really participate on that area. But I know that the review questions may not be enough for everybody to participate. But even then, those who would like to participate, you're free to join the discussion during the time that we're, having our review questions. And of course, we need to keep eye on the time. It's very important. All right. We don't want to, overshoot our time during our training. And since we have a guidelines and outline in our presentation, in our training, so it's not much of a problem, actually. All right, so that's all for now about Zoom etiquette. And I can see that we don't have much of a challenge when it comes to using our Zoom, and everybody behaves well, and we really appreciate that. to you guys in this training and the previous trainings that we had. We've seen how you act and your behavior in this training is really commendable, and we appreciate that. So that's all for now today and our university training. So I hope everybody have learned um, lots of information that can be used in building our business into know it. So I would like to give the floor again to Edward to close the training. And if anybody has questions, we may answer that as well. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you very much, Dr. Sam. We appreciate you again and again for taking our time to run us through a very robust training as this. No wonder is called the master class. All right, so if you got something from tonight's master class, this week 3, or should I say, yes, week 3, why don't go to the chat area and type value. All right, go ahead and type value. Meanwhile, I just want to let you know that